Hello, everybody.
Hi, friends.
All right. Let's get started with another one. Quick side note, though. Thank you so much for the support. We cannot believe it. So please keep the feedback up. Let us know what topics you'd like to cover. We are making a giant list of everything.
Yes, we want to bring so much more content to you. We want to cover a variety of different topics, and we're so excited to do it.
Yes. All right, let's get into it.
And the only reason you get that we don't go get the fuck out of here is because you women are the worst terrorists there are. Worse than Al Qaeda, because this is what y'all do. You hold a pussy hostage and threaten to kill it if we don't listen to your horrendous nonsense. And you make it read a letter. The pussy be reading the letter. Please. Please listen to her story, or she's gonna kill me. You'll never see me again. Look at him, look. This posture, this ain't good when girls do this. Girls do that. He hates women. Somebody gotta tell you. Let me ask you a question. Here's a question. Here's a good, serious question.
Easy one.
Okay, ladies, if you didn't have a vagina, like say it was a terrible train accident, right? The doctor was like, we have to remove it right away, or you're gonna die.
I'm done.
How would you keep your man past, you get a 2-month guilty, I can't leave the bitch right away because you just lost a train accident. Can't just walk right out on her.
2 months, eh?
2 months.
How would you keep your man past that if you didn't have a vagina? Wow. Nothing? You can talk. Suck his okay. Mouth. Asshole, okay, great. You see what I'm saying? Now, I've been getting pussy beamed the whole show, right? But I give women the opportunity to say, I'm gonna make myself worth more. But you just classified yourself as a series of holes. But I'm supposed to treat you special, but you're just a bunch of holes for yourself. No one said learn how to play Xbox, learn how to play pool. Tell better stories, get another bitch that got a pussy to come on in. Well, look, whatever.
It's these kinds of women that don't know how to keep a man. Because all they know is to dangle their vagina in the relationship. Notice how the entire crowd of women...
That was a sick setup.
Just giggling. Give him a head. Anal. That's all you can do. You're a series of 3 holes. And these women, these are the women that are wondering.
This man's a genius.
Right? They're wondering, like, how do I keep a man? And then when a man asks, like, well, what do you bring to the table? Crickets. I bring crickets. Brain farts. All he said was if you didn't have a vagina. Why is that so hard for women? To come up with things more than their body, because this hypocrisy of I'm not a sexual object, do not objectify me, I am more than my vagina, stop treating me like that, blah blah blah. And then you ask them this simple question. This is what makes this setup so good, is because most women cannot give you an answer different than all I do have is what's in between my legs. That's my value. That's what I used to draw you in, and I cannot keep using that to keep you forever, because eventually, what happens? You need more depth, right? You need more depth out of a person. So some of these women will wake up 30 plus 40, 50 years into a relationship. Let's just say 40 is when sometimes it tends to happen. And their men get sick of them because they stop being the nurturing. They stop having sex regularly. Dead bedrooms start happening. So the one carrot you had that you dangled your man to get is now gone. You just removed it. And then all of a sudden you're surprised he's screwing Becky at the office. And he's the evil guy. Once you guys break up or get a divorce, what happens? Women paint men as evil, right? I have a million stories that I've heard on both sides. I used to bartend in college. Guys would come in and drink, regulars, get messed up, hammered from getting divorced, raped, kids taken from them. Tell me the stories of how the intimacy died in the bedroom. The wife forgot about being the lover, the girlfriend. Once she had kids, essentially kids was the only thing she focused about. You can't do that, sweetheart. You focus on your man first and always, then the kids, because you need to keep the relationship intact. Yes. And women will not want to hear that. How dare you tell me that? The kids are the most important thing in my life. Well, then your man will step out.
No. I feel like it should always be your spouse. Yes, because you want to keep the marriage alive, keep it healthy, and also because that's how you give your kids an example of what a good marriage is.
Exactly. Why would you want to risk fragmenting the family unit? Isn't that the worst outcome possible for your children? So take care of each other. Why can't women understand that? This whole, I'm a mommy now, I don't have responsibilities to love my husband like that. Oh my God, he went and cheated on me with Becky. Oh, let me cry about it.
I think a lot of women are also spread too thin.
How?
There's only 24 hours in a day no matter what you do, right? And we all just have 24 hours. So if you're sleeping for 8 hours and you're working for 8 hours,
okay,
that only leaves 8 hours to take care of yourself.
Oh, you're saying what working women? Working women in particular?
The majority of people need 2 incomes to make a household work.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that'll lead me to my next point, which is when the woman is spread so thin, she the first thing she's going to forget about is her husband. And the kids are going to become the priority. And obviously you have a job to do. You can't get fired because you need the money, and that's how you guys are surviving. So yeah, she stops being the lover.
I understand that. See, sorry to cut you off, but I understand that in the dynamic of 2 people, 2 incomes. What about for the stay-at-home moms? What about for the women that are lucky enough?
That's the point that I was about to make. That the happiest marriages I've seen, in my experience, are the ones where the woman just gets to be at home, gets taken care of, the man's doing well, he's playing his role as the provider, and she gets to play her role fully as the nurturer, taking care of the kids and also having time to take care of herself. Because what happens if she's working, taking care of the kids, taking care of you, trying to be a good partner to you? Okay, well, you know what? I'll just stop at the drive-thru. I'll just do this. I won't go to the gym today. And what happens? She lets go of herself. And then what? The husband's not attracted to her anymore. Right. And now it goes both ways. What do you think about that?
100%. Yeah, this weight gain that women tend to have, beyond pregnancy, just in general. Stop taking care of yourself. Stop loving your partner. Stop doing the things that excited your partner. You turn into this like monotonous, boring person. Bedroom's dead, like we keep saying. And then, yeah, you're shocked that your partner strays. What bothers me when this happens is how women paint men as evil. Because when I was, like the bartending gig I had, I would hear these stories of these men, how these women like assassinated their reputation, basically, because that's like a woman's weapon against anybody, other women too, is their reputation. They'll go after your reputation and how the community.
Their form of violence.
Yes. So these men will tell me 2 sides of the story where the wife would say like he abused, like she would say that he was abusive, that he hit the kids, that he did this, that, X, Y, and Z, name it. He was never helping around the house, blah, blah, blah. You can name it, whatever, painting him the villain. Right? So the woman would say that to everybody, their mutual friends, family, whatever, right? Calling the guy a bum. Meanwhile, she gets to live in the house, gets all the divorce benefits. The kids are now separated from the father. They're crying because they want to see the dad. She's obviously burned because he cheated on her because she wasn't playing her goddamn role. So now the kids are used as a weapon. So she keeps the kids away from him, right? How many comments have we read about that in the divorce court video? of men
So
getting
many
absolutely wrecked.
Crazy comments, yes.
Wrecked. It's shocking, right? It's shocking to
It
read
is
that.
shocking. I feel so bad for them, yeah.
Right. And then so these men are getting painted as monsters, but people don't see that there's two sides of the coin of why some transgression happened. A happy man in a loving relationship with a family doesn't wake up and go, I'm going to cheat on my wife today. I'm going to throw away my family. Never. Like the dream of a man.
Do you think a happy woman wakes up and does that?
Obviously, it's both ways, of course, because it takes two to tango. So if she does something, he's part of the blame. And in any way, being a man, one of the virtues is accountability and responsibility. So in the end, when a relationship fully fails, regardless of who initiated, I tend to, as a man, place the blame on the man, ultimately, because there were things you could have done in the relationship to steer it away from going in that, end game, essentially, of it breaking down. Like how you were behaving or reacting, supplicating to your wife, how much attention you provided her, breadwinning, how much money were you making? Did you lose your job? Were you trying to get another one? Have you gotten promoted? Have you been away from family for weeks at a time on work leave, something, whatever? There are things a man can do and look back on and think, where did I go wrong? And he could have fixed them. He could have steered that away. There are some women that are just harpies, hell. There's nothing you could have done.
There's crazy people in this
crazy
world.
ass bitches that are just narcissistic. They cannot be helped. We've seen hundreds of videos of them in the dating pool today where they're just batshit crazy. You can't help them. These people don't even belong in relationships, let alone a wifey material. Not all women deserve to be wives. Not all women should be wives.
So, yes, I'm glad you brought that up. Is the best solution then is just to try to get ahead of the problems? If you're going to be a man in a relationship, make sure you can afford to be a man in the relationship, especially as a man, you have to play the role of the provider.
Yes.
Make sure you're emotionally ready to be emotionally available.
100%. I think most men that end up in these failed relationships, they weren't fully prepped themselves, fully ready. Maybe the girl pushed them into committing too early, or they just out of comfort decided to commit with this woman because maybe there were no other options. Settling, essentially, real settling. A man should only get into a relationship with the idea of like marriage in mind and starting a family when he's advanced in his career fully enough to support said family without any financial worries, right? He's matured enough to be ready to handle that woman or any woman. Just get experience with women in general. For men, this is super important. You can't be on your first girl you ever meet and try to wife her up. Dude, you got a lot to learn and you're going to make a lot of mistakes and potentially drive that woman away. So get experience with women. And once you've gotten, some maturity, some experience, some financial gain, and you've set yourself into like a mold of what you are as a man and what makes you happy, now you can begin meeting women and molding them, because you mold your woman into what you want. Women are like water, they fill the vessel that's there, essentially the man. She'll take on your hobbies, If you like to hike, your woman will start hiking. If you like to do this and that, she'll start doing that. She'll follow your lead, fellas. That's what women do. So you need to lead. These men were not ready to lead. So in order to avoid this from all happening, don't get with somebody when you're not ready, simply for lowering the chances of all this happening to you. Divorce court, having your kids taken away. That's the option here. If you're not fully ready to commit to a woman, don't. Because you're going to go in this half-cocked, not knowing, not ready. And then what happens if it fails catastrophically for men. This isn't something you can wipe your hands off of, walk away and be done. Oh yeah, it didn't work. No, brother, when you have a baby mama, when that ring gets put on and then the government steps in your wallet, yet you are done for life. It will alter your life. Your only benefit here, if you don't get completely financially ruined, is that unlike women, you can go out in the dating pool and get a whole replacement family.
Yes.
You know?
And that's why women are so savage, because if we're being truthful, we have about one shot.
Later than 30, it's no shot. Right?
It goes,
Right. Yeah, the wall is real, man. So, guys, guard yourselves. Guard your wallet. Guard your mental health. Guard your future. You know, we control commitment. Women control sex.
What would you say to a man that says, you know what, Bo? I didn't like anything you just said. I don't even want to risk it. I'm just not going to date at all.
Oh, the men going their own way. So these guys that have checked out are super interesting. And I understand the pain. I understand that they've been burned so badly, that the dating pool is so jacked up, that they go on constant dates with these bums, these low lives, these trash examples of women, and then get jaded, you know? And you're constantly blowing money to meet these airheads that absolutely provide no value besides 3 holes, just like Patrice said. You know what I mean? And this is all they have to see. So this is all they're seeing. And then they have the older gen, the older men, mentors maybe in their life, that are telling them, don't get married. Don't get married. Look what happened to me. Men around here have plenty of examples of older men that have gotten killed by the system. Right? So you have examples of older men more experienced than you that have went through it. You have experiences yourself in the current dating pool, and you already know legislation, the courts, everything is set up against you. And then women are wondering, like, why aren't men wanting to get married these days? Why are men not even approaching me and talking to me anymore? Why are men checking out completely? Look at the risk reward of getting into a relationship with a woman, potentially for a family and kids. You know, if you want to sleep around and just like hoe it up as a dude, and salute, brother, go handle business. The game ends the same for us.
Is that enough?
Can you find happiness? Can you find happiness and joy? For some men, it's great. But I think every man on a deeper level yearns for a family, yearns for that dream, like a woman that's supportive, nurturing. A man, like for me, let's just say like a dream would be walking through the door, coming home from work, crushing it, right? Walking through the door in your suit or whatever. You just had an amazing day at work, and then you open the door. It smells incredible inside. Your woman is hot as hell, cooking up a storm in the kitchen. You're walking through the hallway, about to give her a kiss. She welcomes you. It's a warm welcome. The house is filled with laughter, little kids running around, giggling, playing. That atmosphere is like heaven for a man. A man that has that is the luckiest man in the world. That guy will break himself. He'll die for that image.
Wow.
These are the kinds of men that will go to work 12 plus 15 hours a day to make sure that could be a reality. The problem is the women today aren't even close to that example of a woman. So it's like, why would I break my back for a thought? Some chick that has more bodies than Hitler. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Crazy.
Why would I break my back for a promiscuous woman? This chick can't even cook. She can hardly boil water correctly. You know? She can't fucking fold sheets right. She can't iron a shirt. She can't do anything but get her nails done, talk loud as hell back at me, have an attitude, tell me what I should like, point the finger at me, do all this other extra shit that I didn't ask for in a relationship. And I'm supposed to feel like that's my muse. That's the person that inspires me to break my back for. Because men want to provide. Women know this. Mm-hmm. So when you ask, why won't he provide for me? Why won't he commit to me? You're not worthy. You are not worthy. And it'll fall on deaf ears because a woman will go, but I'm the exception to the rule. I'm different. How many times have I heard this? I'm different. Yeah, I'm not like all the other girls. I'm not like every other girl. Says every damn girl. You all do the same shit. You like astrology. God damn, tell me what you are. An asparagus and Gatorade. You know, it's annoying. You got to deal with these bozos when you're dating. Oh yeah, what sign are you? What the hell does the stars in your stupid make-believe shit have to do with our relationship? I got to see if we're a match. I've had that happen.
I want to bring up another point now that you mentioned that. You know, I was like, I've met a lot of wonderful women that have impressed me. So I was like, where is all this experience with all these women that are the way you're describing, right? Mm-hmm. And then I thought of somebody in my family. He's my cousin. He's a great guy, super smart,
nice guy.
College educated,
well-mannered
amazing
dude.
Person, right?
Mm-hmm.
He works so hard. And he was in a relationship with this girl. She was overweight, didn't look like she took good care of herself, just was not the person that as his cousin, we've grown up really like siblings. I see him like my brother. Mm-hmm. That's not the girl that I want for him, right? Not that it's any of my business, but you know, we all have an opinion.
Right. You want the best for people you care about.
Of course. And I asked him, I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, what are you doing? This girl, she can't even control what she puts in her mouth. That's the level that we're operating at.
Lizard
with this
brain.
Girl. Right. So he said something to me that I thought it was super interesting that he said, Sophie, I got to get what I can get. Oof. And I was like, wow. Is sex so difficult to acquire because what's that 80-20 rule? Yeah,
80% of men, or no, the top 20% of men are getting 80% of the women. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
100% of the women want 20% of the top men.
Right.
So I was like, whoa, that leaves the majority of men out. Mm-hmm. And I've seen comments that are like, what are you talking about, girl? Sex is so difficult to get for men. And I was like, yeah, that's what it is. Sex is so difficult to get for the majority of men that they also give chances to women that are unworthy, that right. Deep down they know
right.
are not worthy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you end up in a messed up situation.
Exactly. And a lack of options,
mm-hmm.
you know? So it's like, well, she's giving it up, man. Might as well. It's better than nothing.
And then somebody gets accidentally pregnant.
And now you're stuck with a chick you don't really have that much attraction for in a crappy relationship that is uninspiring. And then you are forced to provide in that environment. I wouldn't want to. Oh, here we go. Guy steps out, deadbeat, or doesn't advance his career. He stops cold in his tracks, progressing through life because he has nothing really to live for. You know, women have this power that when they are in their feminine nature, pure as they can be, they can get men to do incredible things. I keep saying this. Don't look for a woman that doesn't bring out the best in you. A good woman is one that tells you every day and supports you every day in your goals, in your dreams. Something as stupid as like wanting to lose weight, or you have deadlines at a project for a job and she's on your ass. Hey, I'm going to go make you your meal prep. You got to eat at 6:00. Did you check your emails? How's the project going along? Did you get to phase 1? You know? Yes, let's get it. You're going to crush it. Okay, let's go rehearse your pitch today. Blah, blah, blah. That woman, that's gold. If your girl's like, I'm going to go girls' night out, babe. Yeah, and is like dressing in a skimpy outfit, pushing her titties up.
You're describing that girl. Yeah.
Guys, you have the option to walk away. It's powerful. Use it. Use it, man. The same way women use sex. Mm-hmm. Dangle your carrot of commitment. Mm-hmm. Walk away. Withdraw attention. Women are addicted to attention. Take it away from them. See what happens. She will get in line real quick.
And work on yourself.
Exactly. Always the self-mastery part exactly. For men. Yeah, that's like a key foundation for a man.
The harder you work, the the better master you become of your mind, the better you're able to achieve your goals, whatever that may be, whatever success means to you in your life, that's mm-hmm. going to make you more attractive.
Exactly. Then you'll start pre-selecting, mm-hmm. naturally existing. That's women will pick you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we say. Don't work on yourself and they'll come to you.
Exactly. 100%. Yeah. Hey, dropping some nuggets today.